In the beginning, there was one murderer, one mule, and one boy. But this isn't the beginning. It's before it. It's me. And I'm Matthew, and here I am, in the kitchen, in the night, the old river mouth of light, and I'm punching and punching away. The house is quiet around me. As it is, everyone else is asleep. I'm at the kitchen table. It's me and the typewriter, me and the old TW, as our long-lost father said our long-lost grandmother used to say. Actually, she'd called it the old TW, but such quirks have never been me. Me? I'm known for bruises and level-headedness, for height and muscle and blasphemy, and the occasional sentimentality. If you're like most people, you'll wonder if I'd bother stringing a sentence together, let alone know anything about the epics or the Greeks. Sometimes it's good to be underestimated that way, but even better when someone sees it. In my case, I was lucky. For me, there was Claudia Kirkby. There was a boy and a son and a brother. Yes, always for us there was a brother, and he was the one of us amongst 5 of us, who took all of it on his shoulder. As ever, he told me quietly and deliberately, and of course he was on the money. There was an old typewriter buried in the old backyard of an old backyard of a town, but I'd had to get my measurements right, or I might dig up a dead dog or a snake instead, which I did on both counts. I figured if the dog was there and the snake was there, the typewriter couldn't be far. It was perfect, pirateless treasure. I'd driven out the day after my wedding day, out from the city, right through the night, out through the reams of empty space and then some. The town itself was a hard, distant storyland. You could see it from afar. There was all the straw-like landscape and marathons of sky. Around it, a wilderness of low scrub and gum trees stood close by. And it was true. It was so damn true. The people sloped and slouched. This world had worn them down. It was outside the bank, next to one of the many pubs, that a woman told me the way. She was the uprightest woman in town. Go left there on Turnstile Street, right? Then straight for, say, 200 metres, then left again. She was brown-haired, well-dressed, in jeans and boots, plain red shirt, an eye shut tight to the sun. The only thing betraying her was an inverse triangle of skin, there at the base of her neck. It was tired and old and crisscrossed, like the handle of a leather chest. You got it then? Got it. What number you looking for, anyway? 23. Ah, you're after the old Murchisons, are you? Well, to tell you the truth, not really. The woman came closer, and I noted the teeth of her now, how they were white and gleaming but yellow, a lot like the swaggering sun. As she approached, I held my hand out, and there was she and I and her teeth and town. My name's Matthew, I said, and the woman, she was Daphne. By the time I was at the car again, she'd turned and come back from the money machine at the bank. She'd even left her card behind and stood there now with a hand at centre hip. I was halfway into the driver's side and Daphne nodded and knew. She knew near to almost everything, like a woman reading the news. Matthew Dunbar. She said it, she didn't ask. There I was, 12 hours from home, in a town I'd never set foot in all my 31 years, and they'd all been somehow expecting me. It was a long time we looked at each other then, a few seconds at least, and all was broad and open. People appeared and wandered the street. I said, "What else do you know? Do you know I'm here for the typewriter?" She opened the other eye. She braved the midday sun. Typewriter? Now I'd totally confused her. What the hell are you talking about? Almost on cue, an old guy started shouting, asking if it was her bloody card holding up bloody traffic at the bloody bank machine, and she ran back up to retrieve it. Maybe I could have explained that there was an old TW in all this story, back when they used typewriters in doctors' surgeries and secretaries bashed at the keys. Whether or not she was interested, I'll never know. What I do know is that her directions were spot on. Miller Street. A quiet assembly line of small, polite houses, all baking in the heat. I parked the car, I shut the door, and crossed the crispy lawn. It was right about then I regretted not bringing the girl I'd just married, or actually the woman and mother of my 2 daughters. And of course, the daughters themselves. Those kids, they would have loved this place. They'd have walked and skipped and danced here, all legs and sunny hair. They'd have cartwheeled the lawn shouting, "And don't go looking at our knickers, right?" Some honeymoon. Claudia was at work. The girls were at school. Part of me still liked that, of course. A lot of me liked it a lot. I breathed in and out and knocked